I think some of the younger guys have seen it a little bit. Obviously, guys like Altuve have never seen the pitch clock. It's been in the minors around a little bit. I think a lot of the guys in the minors just got used to it. It's kind of one of those things that you have to. It's part of the game, and it speeds the game up, and they're going to have to kind of get used to it. I do think it definitely favors the pitchers, the guys that like to work fast, because, like you said, the hitter has only a few seconds to really process what happened, take a deep breath, get right back in the box. Actually, when I was in Fayetteville last year, they had Jeff Bagwell on the broadcast, and he was talking about the same thing, how it really favors the pitchers, because the hitters, I mean, especially in a late game situation, you really want to slow your heart rate, take a couple of deep breaths, and you really don't have the time to do that because you're staring at that clock out there that's, counting down your seconds. So I'm interested to see how it's going to play out. You make a great point that, like, this spring is a weird spring to introduce new rules, given the fact that we do have the World Baseball Classic. Ultimately, I think the guys will be okay. Hopefully nothing comes down to where, like, it's a game-changing thing, if it's a ball or a strike here and there. But I do worry about a guy like Altuve. He does take his time. He steps out. He does his thing. He kind of messes with the dirt and stuff. Kyle Tucker, he was kind of a quick step out, get a little dirt on his hand, get right back in the box. But, I mean, Altuve's been in the major since 2011, and now you're throwing another thing at him. But ultimately, they'll have to get used to it. It's part of the game, and whatever challenges they're going through, the other team's going to be going through as well. So hopefully they'll be all right with it.
Yeah, and I just kind of Altuve's not exactly Nomar Garciaparra, where he's tweaking his gloves like 35 times, but to me, he's going to be a little bit more interesting to kind of watch in the adjustment than Kyle Tucker. Because what you said about Tucker is absolutely right. It's just, it seemed like it was more the mental aspect for Tucker, that those extra few seconds, ball players are trained. I mean, everything is habitual, and they know that, I need 20 seconds to kind of process everything and think about what's coming. But it's going to be an interesting follow. Ultimately, I'm kind of with you. They're ball players. And you know what ball players do? They figure stuff out. They're ball players.
You're listening to Houston Sports Talk.